My name is Dan Stanton. This is my speech on school violence, and this is my audience. How well do we really know our friends and family? Can you sense when something is mentally wrong? How many individuals do you know personally that are just a little different? I'm almost certain that everybody in this room can think of someone. In some cases, questionable personalities are mistaken for shyness or labeled as being different when there are signs of a greater mental illness. Problem is, society accepts this passive mentality. The awareness factor for severe disorder decreases more and more along with your guard. In my adolescence, I experienced the unquestionable torture of school violence. Before I had this 245-pound frame as I do now, I weighed about 175 pounds soaking wet. I can recall many instances where I was picked on just because I didn't fit into a particular group. Now let me clarify, school violence doesn't necessarily have to be physical, but mental. Teasing and name-calling can actually be worse depending on the situation. In all honesty, I had violent thoughts of retaliation such as, I can't wait to get bigger than them. Or, if I had the strength, I would destroy them right now. School violence, whether it be physical or mental, is a contributing element to social disorder. Mandated training on preventative measures for school violence in all public and private schools should be funded and implemented immediately. Today, I'd like to mention a few alternative approaches that we should take to reduce violence in and out of our schools. It starts with the home. What can we do to encourage parents to understand their children? How to mandate behavior awareness and preventative training in schools. And finally, encouraging anonymous parties to speak up before disaster actually strikes. My goal here today is to influence the participation of all parties to speak up for increased safety of everyone. I'd like to point out a few main points to clarify my findings. How can parents get involved? Knowing your children and the typical behavior patterns so they can see behavior changes, and these can become warning signs when they change. Parents must be held responsible for children who continuously violate school rules. Don't be afraid to be a parent. Know when to step in. Especially in your children and manifesting abnormal behavior, you need to know when to take charge and be that parent. Mandating training on awareness and preventative measures implemented in school curriculum. Not only would this benefit the children now, but it'll also benefit them in the future with their lives. Schools can implement long-term conflict resolution and peer mediation training for all students. All students, not a select few, need to learn how to manage conflicts. It's just a part of life. Combating the mental aspects of school peer pressure or fitting in can actually cause depression. Along with depression comes violence. Individuals that usually become depressed actually turn into violence, and it can turn into threats, bullying, and then eventually murder. How to encourage anonymous parties to speak up before disaster strikes. Violators usually share their plans with friends or family. They want to brag about it. They want to let you know what they're doing. They want to be heard. People just choose not to hear them. There's also sites such as reportit.com, which encourages students or friends to communicate preemptive actions before they actually occur without fear of retaliation or regret. The ease of reporting anonymously has never been easier. You can also report by texting the keyword reported to 847-411. These programs are put in place to protect our children and protect our parents and society. With the collaborative efforts of parents, schools, and students through programs and steps I've mentioned, the odds of another Columbine, Virginia Tech shooting would ultimately cease to happen again. Schools can once again be a safe haven and not a place to fear. I'm asking everyone you know to get involved to protect our children and their futures. How important does children's safety mean to you? If there was any advice that I'd give to my own children, it would be this. Be aware of anything going on around you. Do not let your guard down, and once you become vulnerable to your surroundings. Be proactive in your children's lives. You'll be surprised what you find out if you actually listen to them. Thank you.